Kim Zolciak Biermann has revealed the truth behind the supposed dinner date with Jax Taylor. This was revealed in part 1 of the Valley reunion. She was open and honest about everything that happened. However, they are both going through divorces right now, so fans automatically assumed that their meeting could be a alleged date. Well, Kim has revealed the truth. Continue reading to find out more about this situation. Jax Taylor claims they are getting dinner. Jax Taylor revealed in the first part of the Valley reunion that he is in touch with Kim Zolciak Biermann, who is known for her time on Bravo television. However, he also revealed that she was the last person he talked to from Bravo. They also had plans to get dinner while he was in Atlanta. This information does not shock fans. However, no one expected those two to run in the same circle, but it makes sense. Jax is currently going through a divorce from Brittany. Kim is also going through a divorce from Croy. So they are both going through the same thing, which allows them to relate to each other. Kim Zolciak Biermann reveals the truth behind dinner dates. Kim Zolciak Biermann has revealed the truth behind the dinner date on Watch What Happens Live. Andy Cohen asked her about it all. Jax and I have talked throughout the years, but because of the divorce, we've talked quite a bit more. Yeah, he was going to be in Atlanta, and I said, let's have a drink and then dinner. However, it was revealed that they did not follow through with the dinner plans and did not have dinner with each other. It is unknown why they did not meet up. However, their absence does not mean they won't in the future. The news was shocking for everyone to hear. It seems as though the two did not execute their dinner date. It was not revealed why they did not have dinner. However, fans can assume their schedules just did not line up while Jax was in Atlanta. It is unknown if the meeting was supposed to be a true date or just a meetup as friends. However, fans would not be surprised either way. What do you think about this situation? Do you think it was an actual date or just a friendly outing? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts on this situation. Unspoken words. Kim Zolciak Biermann and the dinner that changed everything. The evening air was tinged with a mixture of anticipation and nostalgia as Kim Zolciak Biermann stepped into the dimly lit restaurant. It was a rare night out, just her and Jax Taylor, a dinner that had been whispered about among friends for weeks. Rumors swirled about what might happen, what secrets could be uncovered, and whether this meeting was destined to mend old wounds or ignite new ones. Kim had always been candid, a woman unafraid to speak her truth, but tonight her heart fluttered with a different kind of emotion, curiosity tempered by a hint of apprehension. She took a seat across from Jax, whose familiar smirk was both comforting and inscrutable. They ordered drinks, the chatter softly filling the space between them. For a moment, the conversation was light, stories of family, career, and the latest gossip. But beneath the surface, there was an unspoken tension, a desire to peel back layers long kept hidden. As they sipped their wine, Jax finally broke the silence. Kim, I know there's been a lot said about us. About that night. I think it's time we set the record straight. Kim looked at him, eyes steady. She knew exactly what he meant. The dinner, the rumors, the misunderstandings. For weeks, social media had been buzzing, speculating that their meeting was more than just casual catching up. She had remained silent publicly, choosing instead to keep her thoughts to herself. But now, face to face, she felt a strange sense of relief. Jax, she began softly, people love to spin stories. They love drama. But the truth is, sometimes things aren't what they seem. Jax nodded, leaning in slightly. I agree. That night, it wasn't about anything other than reconnecting, clearing the air. People think it was more, some kind of hookup or scandal. But honestly, that's far from the truth. Kim took a deep breath. It was time to reveal her side, her truth, that had been buried beneath assumptions and gossip. That night, I was feeling overwhelmed. The pressure of everything, my family, my career, the constant scrutiny. I needed to get away, even if just for a little while. I reached out to Jax because I knew he'd understand. Jax looked surprised. I didn't realize you were feeling that way. Honestly, I thought it was just a social thing, catching up, having a drink. I never thought it would be blown out of proportion like this. Kim nodded. Exactly. It was just a moment where I needed to breathe. No hidden agendas, no secrets, just two people trying to find some clarity amid chaos. Their conversation grew deeper, more vulnerable. Kim shared how the relentless fame, the constant judgment, and personal struggles had taken a toll. She talked about feeling isolated despite the constant attention, about longing for genuine connections beyond the cameras and the gossip. Jax listened intently, his usual bravado replaced by genuine concern. Kim, I get it. People assume so much, but they don't see what's really going on behind the scenes. I've been there too, trying to navigate a world that's always watching. As the night wore on, they exchanged stories, truths long kept hidden, fears, hopes, and regrets. The dinner that once seemed simple had become a moment of catharsis. They realized that their encounter, though misunderstood, had the potential to be a turning point, an honest conversation that could dispel rumors and rebuild trust. Kim looked across the table and smiled softly. Maybe this is what we needed, a real talk, away from all the noise. No more assumptions, no more jumping to conclusions. Jax nodded in agreement. Sometimes it takes a moment like this to remind us that beneath the headlines, we're just people trying to find our way. As they parted ways that night, both felt lighter, unburdened by the weight of speculation. The truth they shared was simple yet profound. Their meeting wasn't about scandal or secrets, but about human connection, about understanding and compassion amid chaos. In the days that followed, Kim reflected on that dinner. She realized that honesty and vulnerability could bridge gaps that gossip often widened. She also acknowledged that sometimes the stories people tell are just fragments of a larger picture, one that requires trust and truth to truly understand. And so, Kim Zolciak Biermann and Jax Taylor's dinner became more than just a fleeting moment. It became a symbol of authenticity in a world obsessed with appearances. A reminder that beneath the glitz and glamour, we all crave genuine connection, and sometimes, all it takes is an honest conversation over dinner to set everything straight. The real story behind the dinner, Kim Zolciak Biermann speaks out. It started as a quiet dinner, just two familiar faces in a cozy restaurant, away from the prying eyes of social media and fans. Kim Zolciak Biermann and Jax Taylor had crossed paths unexpectedly, and what was meant to be a casual catch-up quickly became the subject of rumors and speculation. For weeks, tabloids and gossip columns had spun wild stories, suggesting there was more to that night than mere friendship. Headlines screamed about secret rendezvous and hidden agendas, but Kim knew the truth was far different from what was being portrayed. In a recent interview, Kim decided to set the record straight. Sitting comfortably in her home, she reflected on that evening, an honest moment she hadn't shared publicly until now. It wasn't about anything scandalous, Kim began, her voice calm but firm. People love to make stories out of nothing. Jax and I met up because I was feeling overwhelmed, burned out from the chaos of everything. I needed a friend, someone I could talk to without judgment, without cameras or expectations. She explained how the dinner came about spontaneously. Jax and I have known each other for years. We've crossed paths at events, shared some laughs. When I reached out that night, it was purely about finding someone who understood the pressures I was under. Kim admitted she was hesitant at first, wary of how the media might spin it. But I felt it was important to be honest. So many people assume things without knowing the full story. That night was about seeking solace, not secrets. She addressed the rumors head-on. There was never any romantic intention, no hidden plans, just two friends sitting down, talking about life, family, and the insane world we live in. That's all it was. Kim also shared her feelings about how the public often misreads situations. People see a dinner and immediately jump to conclusions. I think it's a reflection of how quick everyone is to judge. But behind the scenes, we're all just human, trying to find some peace amid the chaos. Her message was clear: honesty is essential. I want my fans and followers to know the truth. Not every dinner, every meeting, or every encounter is what the tabloids make it out to be. Sometimes it's just two people sharing a moment of understanding. As she wrapped up, Kim emphasized the importance of authenticity. I've learned that the only way to truly be at peace is to be truthful about what's real. I'm grateful for genuine friendships, and I'm tired of the unnecessary drama that comes with assumptions. In the end, her message was simple but powerful. Behind every headline, there's a story worth hearing. The truth isn't always glamorous, but it's always worth sharing.